What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground. Of course, on YouTube, exclusively on there forever, as it should be, as it forever will be. Houston Rockets, man, they beat the Detroit Pistons 111 to 104. The Pistons go to 32 and 11, 18 and 5 at home. They played at home in this game. The Rockets go to 27 and 16 and 12 and 13 on the road. Um, the Rockets won the first quarter 28 to 20. Pistons won the second quarter 32 to 24. The Rockets won the third quarter 34 to 20, and the fourth quarter was won by the Pistons 32 to 25, but they got too far behind, and the Rockets just had to continue to keep them at bay. And since they was able to do that enough, they won the game. And Kevin Wayne Durant did it again. He had to carry the team. He played the most minutes, which was 41. They brought him in to be a closer. They brought him in to being one of the best scorers in the league, like he has been throughout his entire career, basically. He's been able to do it. He did it efficiently tonight, though. 32 points, game high for the Rockets. He went 11 to 19 from the field, 5 of 11 from three, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. I was wondering through this game, how did he keep getting good open looks? That's something you don't want to do to a scorer like him. But it happened over and over again. And even when he was working for his shots, he made it look easy. He's a walk-in mismatch on the basketball court, especially. 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He also had no turnovers. That was great to see compared to the other games. And the Pistons are a try-hard defensive team. 1 steal, 1 block. He did have 4 personal fouls, though. And he was a plus 18 and plus minus. Jamari Smith Jr., 37 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He finished with a double-double. Sometimes he scores a lot, sometimes he doesn't, but he hit the shots at the right time, and he was always in the right spots when he needed to be. And the rebounds helped a ton because he led the team in rebounding tonight with those 10. He also had 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Of course, he has the body, he has the size, he has the athleticism to be an impact defender. He was that tonight. Actually, when you look at the team, they all had a steal or more in the starting lineup. They all had an assist or more, and I would say a rebound or more, and the bench had an assist or more, I should say. And other than that, Jabari Smith Jr., 3 offensive rebounds out of the 10, 4 personal fouls, in the -1 and plus minus. Alperen Şengün, 30 minutes, 19 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. He was slowing it down, trying to get the shots in the basket, trying to make quick shots too, even if it was a dunk or just trying to find a way to get space to get a good look or contact. It worked for Şengün in this one, but he only had 1 rebound. They didn't really need him to rebound that great. They're a good rebounding team. Unfortunately, obviously, they lost Steven Adams, but they picked it up without him, and they have to do that. You can't really make excuses with the team you have out there anyway, because the team's going to try to beat you regardless. 5 assists, 5 turnovers. That was the worst part of his night, was the 5 turnovers. He did have 2 steals, 1 offensive rebound, and 2 personal fouls. And he was a +2 and plus minus. Josh Okogie, the only guy in the starting lineup to not get double figures in points. He finished with 7 in 35 minutes, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. 3 rebounds, no assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 2 personal fouls, a +1 and plus minus. Amen Thompson, 40 minutes, 15 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. The 7 assists ended up being the most on the team. 1 turnover, 2 steals, 1 block. 2 offensive rebounds, no personal fouls, and a +11 and plus minus. Jae'Sean Tate, 16 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a +3 and plus minus. Clint Capella, 16 minutes. Also, he had 5 points. He went 2 of 5 from the field. He should shoot better because a lot of his shots ain't that difficult. It seems like he don't have the same speed or the same lift, but he is older, so he shouldn't. At the same time, they still was good looks that he missed. He also went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 9 boards. That was the most off the bench. He can still do that at a high level. That's great to still see. 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal. He had 3 blocks. That was the most on the team. That was the best part of his night to me, not the rebounds, because it's just so hard to get a block sometimes in the game, especially 3 of them. He did have 4 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a +6 and plus minus. And then Reed Shepherd, if he has a good game off the bench, they have a good chance of winning. He didn't shoot the ball that great, though. He went 1 of 7 from 3. That was the worst part of his night. But he finished 6 of 15 from the field because he did other things besides just shoot threes. And the 3-point shot, like I said, is the toughest shot in the game. It's hard to make in general. And he had a lot of good looks. He just took and missed them, and it can be that way. But he did go 5 of 5 from the free throw line. That did help his scoring numbers too. But 18 points is still a good amount considering that it was only 3 players off the bench that actually played for the Rockets. He had 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal, and no personal fouls, and he finished as a -5 in plus minus. The Detroit Pistons, they lost, and they had a good chance of winning this one at one point, and they just couldn't keep up the scoring in this game. Tobias Harris, 26 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 2 personal fouls, and a -16 in plus minus. He missed too many shots. The thing about it is he didn't take too many either, so it didn't hurt as much. You just want him to produce better points. Obviously, if you're a starter and you relied on, you got to play your best basketball is what the team needs you to do. But they lost this game. They needed somebody to step up because even Duncan Robinson, he had 9 points, but he did go 2 of 8 from 3. That was all his field goal attempts. But he also went 3 of 5 from the free throw line. That's not enough to beat a team like the Rockets that can score a lot of points. 26 minutes for Duncan Robinson, 2 rebounds. He had 1 turnover and a block, and he did get 2 personal fouls and a -15 and plus minus. Jalen Duren actually led them in scoring. You don't see that all the time, but it happened in this one. 26 minutes, 18 points, 7 to 13 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 7 boards, 2 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, 0 personal foul, and a -15 in plus minus. I like what he was doing out there. He's a tough cover because he always is probing. He's always moving. And if you take your eyes off of him, he's scoring a basket. He has gotten really good at being in the right positions and knowing when to cut and knowing when to attack the basket. Cade Cunningham, man, he ain't really been balling out. 38 minutes for him. He played the most on the team. He only had 12 points. You got to add more than that. But it didn't work out for him that way in this game. 5 of 13 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 8 assists. The 8 assists was the most on the team. He did have 6 turnovers, so that kind of canceled it out and neutralized those assists, because that's just too many turnovers for that many assists and those many possessions. He also had 2 steals and then 1 block, and on top of that, he had 5 personal fouls. But he still played 38 minutes because they needed him that much. This team does rely a lot on Cade Cunningham to be special, and he wasn't in this one. -10 and plus minus for him. Asor Thompson, 24 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He ended up having 8 rebounds, which was the most on the team. He's fast, he's quick, he has good timing, he has good effort, and you can get rebounds that way, and he did. He also had 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals, 4 offensive rebound, 5 personal fouls, and a -14 in plus minus. Isaiah Stewart, 25 minutes, 16 points, 7 of 9 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Everybody off the bench got an assist or more and a rebound or more. In the starting lineup, they all had a rebound or more too. That's always good to see. Even though they did lose. 2 assists for Isaiah Stewart. He had 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, a +4 and plus minus. He didn't get that block or a steal in this game, but Ron Holland got 2 steals in the block. And he had to do it on the perimeter in the paint, and you don't really see a lot of guards being able to do that. But the Pistons were able to do a little bit of that throughout the team. 25 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul, 2 offensive rebounds, and a +2 and plus minus. Javonte Green, 17 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field. He missed his only 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnover, 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a +12 and plus minus. And Jaden Ivey, 14 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 1 rebound, 2 assists, no turnovers, and a block, 2 personal fouls, and a +3 and plus minus. And then Dennis Jenkins, 19 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 personal foul, and a +14 and plus minus. 3 players scoring in double figures and doing multiple things off the bench. I feel like the bench really did step their play up, and they needed to do that because some of the starters just didn't really have it going, and they didn't really have the greatest performance, so it was good to get some extra punch off your bench, and that's one thing you can say about this team, this game. But still wasn't enough to get the win because the Rockets team comparisons, they shot 79 field goals, 49%, 84 field goals for the Pistons. They shot 48%, 26 three-point attempts for the Rockets. They shot 35%, 32 three-pointers for the Pistons, 22%, 30 free throws, 80%, 24 free throws, 71% for the Pistons. Um, 43 rebounds for the Rockets total, 35 total rebounds for the Pistons, 22 assists for the Pistons, 21 for the Rockets, 16 turnovers for the Pistons, 15 for the Rockets, 11 steals for the Rockets, 9 for the Pistons, 4 blocks for the Pistons, 7 for the Rockets, 9 offensive rebounds for the Pistons, 12 for the Rockets, 26 defensive rebounds for the Pistons, 31 for the Rockets, and then 24 personal fouls for the Pistons, 18 for the Rockets. And the Rockets, they beat another good team, and the Pistons was healthy enough, and they did enough to make the game competitive. But the better team came out on top tonight, and it was actually the Rockets, which I haven't really been saying a lot lately. But this is a good signature win that they needed to show that they can be a good team when everything's going their way. They got a lot of inconsistencies. They have a lot of problems offensively sometimes too. And it mainly goes with their ball movement and what they're trying to do sometimes is really just run their offense as much as they can through KD and Şengün, and hopefully they find a basket themselves or from somebody else by drawing attention. And it works, but will it work in the playoffs? I mean, you got to be able to put up numbers. You got to be able to do it against tough defense. They can strategize better. They can lock in better. They can take your strengths away better. And then KD knows it. Şengün found that out last year. Clearly, they won a couple games, but they also got beat in the first round. That's why they made the move to get KD to see if he can take him over the top. He didn't do it for Brooklyn. He didn't do it for Phoenix. He might not even do it for the Rockets because I don't really see the Rockets as a contender, even if they got this win. And the Pistons, you know, they're in the East, so it's a little easier to get out. But what's the point of really getting out of the East if you're not going to win it all? We'll see what they do at the trade deadline. We'll see what they do with this roster in the future. But they also are better and they're ahead of the schedule, and they're performing a lot better than people would have thought with the talent that they have. No disrespect to who they have, in my personal opinion. I'm just saying for a lot of people, they do feel that the Pistons is overachieving this year, which is a good thing for what they have been able to do. You want to go out there and win games and play as best basketball as you can, as consistent as you can, and their record represents that, and we can't take nothing away from that. But they're not a team that I can look at and say they can get it done and win the title, especially when I look at some teams in the West. And other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.